I don't know why, but I feel like there's a lot of people out there that's probably wondering what it would be like to get out of the Marine Corps or the military or whatever the case may be. I was in the Marines. I was a combat graphics specialist in the Marine Corps. I know, hard to believe, but I promise you the MOS really exists. It was the actual MOS field once was called combat camera, but before I got out as a sergeant, it changed to comstrat, communications, communication and strategy, or communication strategy, something comstrat. I just know it's fucking comstrat for short. We love acronyms in the fucking in the military or whatever. I'm sorry for my language. I know YouTube don't like that or whatever. I'm gonna try to keep it clean, but you know, come on, man. I'm a Marine still. We don't follow rules like that. But anyways, the only reason that I'm doing this video or whatever is because I know that there has to be a lot of people that was in the same boat as me. As a sergeant, you know, you get to a point where, you know, you just like, you get good at it. You get good at the military. You get good at what you do. I was one of them dudes that was just like, I was a rock star. I was getting, you know, high scores on my PFT, CFT. You know, I always, you know, shot expert on the rifle range. You know, the only thing that I didn't like, I think one of the purest reasons that I got out of the military or whatever is because I hated swim qual. No surprise. No surprise there, huh? I ain't even, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay, white people. You could be racist, you know, in that instant, but it's all good. It's all good. Like, I'm black. I don't like to swim, bro. I really do not like to swim. Every time I had to go do swim qual, like, bro, I hated that. I swear, like, that was literally one of the number one reasons. I remember calling my mom and her ex-husband, and they was like, you should stay in the Marine Corps. You should stay in the Marine Corps. You're doing so good. You're doing so good. And I was just like, bro, I don't want to do swim qual again next year. You know, I had, you know, they had switched it up or whatever, where I think you only had to do it maybe like every 2 years or something like that or whatever. But it was coming up, like, as my EAS was coming up. I was just like, nah, bro, I'm good. I'm good. I'm out. Nah, there was a lot of other reasons that made me leave the Marine Corps or whatever, but, you know, I just don't really even want to address that until maybe later, you know, like, that's a little too vulnerable for me right now or whatever. But yeah, man, I gave a lot. I did a lot. I really thoroughly, you know, I hated moments, I loved moments, but a lot of my experience was being a rock star, you know, in the military, you know, being the best at what I do, being the go-to guy, you know, wearing like a million hats or whatever. And you can ask anybody, Google me, you know what I'm saying? Like Markeith D. Hall, you know what I'm saying? Like Sergeant Markeith D. Hall. But I was that guy, bro. Like, I really was that guy, you know what I'm saying? So I was the guy who, you know, freaking generals was coming to me, asking me questions and requesting that I be primarily, you know, focused on certain things or whatever, certain things for them specifically. So, you know, having that type of a background, you know, having that type of, you know, skill set or whatever, you know, it's hard to leave that. Especially when you get to the point where the end of your contract is coming up and it's that choice where you have to choose, do I stay in? Do I re-enlist or do I get out? Ultimately, I decided to gamble on myself. I knew that for me, I was like, for one, I was like, from the very beginning, when I first, shout out to my recruiters from when I was in D-Land, Daytona, Florida or whatever. That's where I got recruited from, the RSS station freaking in Daytona Beach. But yeah, man, shout out to my recruiters. I told them, you know, freaking from day one. Like, I wanted to go into the military to give myself time to go to, like, to figure out what I wanted to do in school. I had flunked my way out of college, and I didn't want to just sit around doing like just anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't want to be start a dead end job and get caught in some cycle. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't want to get caught in a cycle where I start a dead end job, I meet a girl, end up getting her pregnant, then I have to stay there, and then I'm trying to work, you know, my way through life or whatever, and I never really get back to being on like track. You know, like that's a trap, you know? And I just didn't want that. So I knew that if I was going to quit school, first of all, I knew my mom was going to kill me, right? I knew my mom was going to cut my freaking throat if I quit school with no plan. So for me, it's a long story. Like, it's so many details that I'm cutting out right now just to kind of like let this video kind of just be a little bit short or whatever. I'm trying to keep it under like 20 minutes. But yeah, like, long story short or whatever, like, I had the idea come to me. I say that the idea was given to me by God, bro. Like, there was just one day I had woke up and I started, like, you know, praying, and I cried, bro, and the answers just literally came to me, like, into my freaking head, bro. Like, it just literally freaking came to me. Like, I know it wasn't me because of the simple fact that I wouldn't have thought about this. You know what I'm saying? Like, and like, in my next video, I'm gonna really go into details about like what it is that I'm talking about. Like, how I'm gonna go into details about like me joining the military and like how it happened. You know, like everything that really happened, like in order for me to go into the leading up to me going into the military. It's a crazy story, bro. Like, God has been great to me. The universe has been great to me, and I feel like, you know, all these things lined up or whatever perfectly for me or whatever, and I didn't see it until like years later when I saw, like, I looked at all the dominoes that fell in order for my life to end up unfolding to where it is right now. But ultimately, you know, I flunked out of college. I needed a plan. It came to me after praying or whatever, to join the military. The Marine Corps was literally the only reason I joined the Marine Corps or whatever, bro, is because of the fact that it was the only office open on a Sunday, bro. And it was this buff ass Mexican dude that was in there when I was knocking on the Navy door, the Army door or whatever. They didn't even have an Air Force office where I was at or whatever, but they wasn't there. And I was getting ready to leave, and he came out and was like, "Yeah, what's up, killer? Can I help you?" And I was like, "Yeah, I was trying to talk to the Navy or whatever, but I guess nobody's here." He was like, "Yeah, they don't work as hard as us." And I was like, well, who are y'all? I didn't even know about the Marine Corps, bro. I didn't even know about the Marine Corps. And so he was just like, you know, I was like, "Who are y'all?" And he was like, "You never heard about the Marines?" And so he was like, "Come on in." Freaking, at the time, it was Staff Sergeant Bruce Bustos. I think he's a gunny now. I'm gonna have to ask him. I just literally was talking to him on Facebook or whatever. He moved out close to me now, so we gonna have to link up, bro. Like, we definitely gonna have to link up. If you watch this, Bustos, bro, like, we gonna have to freaking link up, bro. Like, you was my dog, bro. Like, you was my dog. But yeah, he freaking took me into the office, talked to me. Rest was history, bro. And long story short, I ended up, you know, getting into the military and landing the MOS as a graphics designer, bro. And I fucking hit the ground running. I killed that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I killed that shit. Like, I got promoted hella fast in the military. Like, I was just good at what I did, bro. So, you know, when it came down to me getting out, bro, that was the scariest shit that I had to think about, because my whole thing is when you in the military, a lot of y'all that's in the military, I know that you can relate to this. Like, you get so good at what you do and you have no risk of being fired or any of that stuff or whatever, because you under contract. Like, they can't do nothing to you. You can be late for work. You can freaking, you know, fuck up. You can do all of this different shit or whatever, and it's like they can't do nothing to you, bro. they can't do nothing to you. So you have that safety net, that safety blanket. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me, I'm kind of getting over a little sickness or whatever. You know, it's kind of cold out here in Florida. I know, don't get on me if you somewhere else that got like snow and stuff like that or whatever. It's us people that I consider myself a Floridian now. I'm actually from New York, but I'm a bona fide Floridian now. So, you know, we ain't used to all of that. But anyways, freaking, you know, getting out of the military, bro, like I was scared, bro. I was scared. Like I did not know how, you know, it was going to be like. And I knew that I wanted to go to school. You know, after I got into the military and I started doing like, and I got really good at graphics design, I fell in love with it, bro. I fell in love with that shit. And so I was like, yo, like, why wouldn't I go to school for this? And I know that this is exactly what I wanted to go into the military for in the first place. Like I needed time to figure out what I wanted to go to school for, and I needed the money because I didn't want to freaking, that was another thing that made me quit, because I was like, yo, I'm automatically pulling out student loans. I ain't trying to be in debt. I don't even, again, that's how you know, like God, and like God was on my side, because at like 19 years old, how the hell was I thinking about that? I didn't even know. Bro, I come from poverty. I don't even know nothing about debt and credit and all of that different type of shit. I ain't know about that. But how was I thinking about this type of stuff? You know what I'm saying? Like, and I was lucky enough to where, hold on. I gotta open up this gate. Right now I'm at work. Oh shit. Yeah, my bad, you guys. I freaking dropped the phone, ended up trying to catch it, and then the video freaking ended up, or my screen ended up locking and then stopping the video or whatever. But we back in action. Yeah, we back in action. Let me get y'all set up real quick. I gotta get me like a little tripod for this. You know what I'm saying? But ultimately, man, like, yeah, man, like, it was definitely hard. It was definitely one of them things that was hard to get out or whatever, because, you know, I was really good at what I was doing or whatever, and then I was scared, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was definitely scared, because I was just like, you know, like, what am I gonna do? Like, what am I gonna do? Like, you know, am I gonna be able to survive out there? Like, I know, like, you know, people can fire you and, you know, whatever, you know what I'm saying? But I did know that I wanted to go to school. You know, like I was saying, like I had like, you know, flunked out of college the first time, but I did know that I loved graphics design. So I wanted to go back to school or whatever. And, you know, this time go for something that I knew that I really wanted to do. And I don't know, man, like I just bet on myself. I knew that, you know, I was worth a lot more on the outside doing what I did, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was just like, I could make a lot more money, you know, on the outside, you know, than this little sergeant pay that I get, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, you know, I could make a lot more money with this skill set on the outside, especially if I double it down, because I already got the experience, you know what I'm saying? So if I double it down with a degree, you know, on top of that, nobody could tell me no. You feel me? So I went ahead and just, you know, bet on myself. Like, at the end of the day, like I really did. Like, I went ahead and just gambled on myself, and I just decided, you know, despite everybody telling me that I needed to stay in, you know, despite all of my higher ups saying that, yo, like, you gonna miss it, and you know how many people get out of the Marine Corps or get out of the military or whatever and regret it, like a couple years later, and end up coming back, and then you lost all that time to get promoted. You could be a staff sergeant or a gunnery sergeant in 2 years, whatever the case may be. And I'm just like, bro, that do sound good, bro. Like, that do sound good. Like, shit, like Staff Sergeant Hall, like that got a ring to it, or Gunnery Sergeant Hall, like that got a ring to it, you know what I'm saying? But ultimately, bro, like I made a promise to myself. I was like, yo, like, you gonna get in, you gonna do your time, and you're going to get out, you're going to go to school. Like, this was the deal. Like, this was the contract that I wrote for myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, I literally wrote it down on a paper. Like, I promised, I was like, I'm promising that I'm not going to, you know, spend the rest of my life in there, or like, I'm not going to, you know, make this a career. Like, this was just supposed to be a stepping stone. So, that's how, you know, like, my experience in the military was so easy for me or whatever. Like I was so good at it. It just became so easy for me, and so gratifying that it made me second guess that. And like, the type of person that I am or whatever, like, I really value my freedom. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hate rules. I hate regulations. So for me to be in that establishment, that organization where, I mean, you're heavily ruled, you know, you got rules and regulations, Marine Corps orders, all types of stuff or whatever, that's just like bogging you down with like limitations. I don't know, man. Like, it's just, but for whatever reason in my mind, like, I was so good at what I did. I just had perks, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got, you know, freedoms that other people just didn't have, you know what I'm saying? Because of the simple fact that, you know, I did favors for people, or, you know, I really helped somebody out in a crunch and it saved their ass, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, I just became that go-to guy that everybody was just like, oh, is Hall asking for it? Yeah, give it to him. Oh, Sergeant Hall? Yeah, he good. Yeah, give it to him. You know, like, so it's just a lot of things that, you know, like, I really had it made in the shade. So me deciding to get out of the military, man, like, it was just one of them things that people just was like, what? Like, they jaws dropped. Like, there's so many of my higher ups and other Marines or whatever that just like, bro, like, you have like you got literally like the dream career. You know what I'm saying? Like, you literally, like, you beat out people to the rank of sergeant that had been waiting for it for like 3 years. You know what I'm saying? And you literally, as soon as you rated a freaking score, you know what I'm saying? Like, you already at the top of the list. What? That's unheard of. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you getting out? Why? You know what I'm saying? And I just had to take a gamble on myself, bro. And the reason why I'm doing this video or whatever is because of the people that's probably in that same boat, where you have that choice to want to get out or stay in, and you thinking that maybe you want to gamble on yourself or whatever for bigger and better opportunities. I'm sitting here as living proof, you know, that, yo, like, the gamble can be worth it. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you and say that it's gonna be easy, or that it was easy for me. And it's definitely a risk. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's definitely a risk depending on what it is that you're doing. I had one of those, you know, MOSs or whatever that it transferred very well into the civilian society. And, you know, graphics design is a very marketable skill. So, you know, me, you know, going back to school for that or whatever didn't do nothing but help. I did love the fact that I had the GI Bill. The GI Bill really helped me. So shout out to the VA for, you know, the GI Bill throughout that. When I got out, I had got out in like 2019. I ended up enrolling into Full Sail University the end of, I want to say, yeah, the end of October. No. End of September. And then I was in there by October of 2019. So as you know, what happened, you know, in 2019, that was the introduction to the pandemic. And so I was only in campus, you know, I had, like, first of all, I chose campus, you know, like, if you know anything about Full Sail, any of my Full Sail, you know, alumni or Full Sail students that's watching this video or whatever, y'all know how Full Sail works. You get the choice to either do it on campus or you get the choice to do it online, right? And there's a whole different vibe with online. I I probably shouldn't even be saying this because I had so much trouble getting into the military just for admitting the fact that I had ADHD. I was diagnosed with ADHD or whatever, and those documents from my freaking, that's another thing. Yo, like if like, don't volunteer no information. If you deciding to go into the military or whatever, like, and they ask you like freaking, questions about your medical history or whatever, if bro, if you was diagnosed as a kid for like ADHD or some shit and you haven't seen a doctor since or whatever, like, just don't save yourself the headache, bro. Because the doctor's office that I had went to when I had got diagnosed with ADHD or whatever, like, they had went out of business or whatever. The doctor couldn't be, like, was nowhere to be found. There's no way that I could find that paperwork. So it was so many hoops of fire that I had to jump through just to be able to get like that okay to just bypass that, even though I mentioned it in paperwork. So, bruh, and then like the possibility of not even being able to get into the military because of the ADHD. You know what I'm saying? Like, they wasn't even going, like, they don't even be taking people who have ADHD, bro. Like, so, like, bro, save yourself the headache, bro. Save yourself the headache. Just don't mention it. Don't mention it, bro. Just do not mention it. But anyways, I took a gamble on myself, got out, went to school, decided that, I wanted to do it on campus because I have ADHD, and, online was not going to be a good suit for me. So, of course, I had probably about like a good few months, in there on campus or whatever, enjoyed it, met a lot of good people that I'm friends with still to the day, still to this day. And then the pandemic hit, bro. And we had to switch from campus to online. And that was probably like the worst experience that I had to go through, bro, because it's just like, that was my worst nightmare. Like, having to do this online and having to be responsible, for trying to self-motivate and not be distracted and not procrastinate and all this different type of stuff or whatever on book work, academics. Like, I was never good at academics. I just was not academically inclined. I just hated school. I hate school. Like, to this day, I hate school. I learn in my own type of way or whatever, and that works for me. And like the school setting, testing, and all that different type of stuff, I hate that. I would never go through it again. I'm glad I did it, and I'm glad I got through it or whatever, but you can't pay me to go again. But yeah, I went to, like, got into Full Sail. The pandemic hit, had to go into, doing school online. And of course, me having ADHD, like, I couldn't focus on anything else, like working and all that different type of stuff, if I really wanted to, like, really put my best foot forward towards my grades. And I'm glad I didn't, try to work or do anything else, because I was able to get, like, the best grades that I've ever received in my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was always a struggling student, coming up through grade school and middle school, high school, all of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, miraculously, like, through the grace of God, you know what I'm saying? Like, when I did the ASVAB score, like, I scored super freaking good on the ASVAB or whatever, to where I was able to land, the job that I got, as a graphics designer. Like, really high scores. But typically, like, I was not a good student. Like, I was not a good tester or nothing like that. Like, it just wasn't for me. But I don't know, the ASVAB was more so common sense stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I scored real high. But but again, when I was in college, I didn't really focus on school, like, not school, but I didn't focus on, like, trying to get a job or anything like that. I was solely living off of the GI Bill. And that's why I said, shout out to the VA, because, they helped me out a lot. Like, because I'm here in the pandemic, nobody's working, like, everybody's locked down, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, other people, some people ain't even getting paychecks. Like, they're not even, like, making any money. Like, they're having to live, off of, like, the stimulus, or, unemployment, getting government help, and all this different type of stuff or whatever that could potentially, I don't know, just create more hardship and headaches. And for me, like, I was blessed to have that consistent, check coming in every month to help out and, put a little bit of food and pay my bills. And man, when I tell you, like, I'm thankful for the VA, but yo, like, I'm gonna tell you for real, like, the VA, like, especially living in Central Florida, bro, like, they don't give you enough, bro. Like, they really don't. Like, just to put you in perspective, I was in a studio apartment paying like $1,000 in rent, and they was only giving me like, I think they was only giving me like 16 to 1700 a month or whatever. Mind you, I still had a car note. I still had to pay insurance. I still had, my phone bill, internet because I had to do school. All of this different type of, all of these other expenses, I had to accommodate for or whatever. So at the end of the, at the end of me, at the end of the month, I maybe had like if I was lucky, like $50 left over after paying all of the things, including like, I don't even know. Like, did I have to pay for stuff for school? I don't think so. I think I had I don't think I had to pay for anything for school. I think everything was paid for up front or whatever and stuff like that or whatever. But but it's just like on top of like all of this stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like, I had to pay for it, you know what I'm saying? Like, I probably was lucky to leave out the end of the month with like $50 left over. Like, there were so many times, shout out to my mom, that I was able to use like the emergency credit card, that she put my name on or whatever, and she would allow me to like get groceries and pay for just little things here and there or whatever just to help me out. But even then, like, my mom at that time was going through her own tough situations and stuff or whatever, where it was just kind of like there really wasn't much to spread around, you know what I'm saying? But I'm so grateful that she was there to help, because there was times, definitely that, I was really like wondering, why the hell did I do that? Like, why did I get out? Like, why did I get out of the military? But not to say that, to say like, yo, like, don't do it, because I'm firmly sitting here right now telling you right now that I feel like that was like the best decision that I could have made, bro. Like, to get out of the military and take a gamble on myself, it was the best decision that I made. But I do want to like kind of let you know, like, yo, it's not easy. You know what I'm saying? I'm not telling you that it's gonna be easy and that you're gonna freaking get out here and people are gonna look at you like you're a rock star and freaking respect you and freaking want to throw you opportunities and stuff like that. Nah, that ain't it. That's not how it really works, bro. But, you have to work hard, you know what I'm saying? You have to believe in yourself. And that's one thing that I never stopped doing. Like, I got out and I kept that mentality of being like, being who I was in the military. And I kept, pushing the bar and trying to be that rock star. I made sure that my grades was good because I had something to prove to myself and to my teachers. Like, yo, look, you're not teaching an average Joe, bro. Like, I already have experience. Like, so I'm gonna help teach these kids. I'm gonna help teach these students. I'm gonna help tutor and all this different type of stuff. So I put myself out there and kept trying to, lead and kept trying to put my, my best foot forward and be like a contributing factor into society. That's what the military teaches you. You know what I'm saying? Is to, like, if you do transition out, like, be a contributing, citizen, man. And that's what I wanted to do. At the end of the day, like, me being a Marine don't end at my EAS, bro. So, I don't even know. Is it EAS or EOS? I don't know. End of service? Yeah, EOS, my bad. Or no, is it EAS? End of active service? Whatever. Anyways, whoever's watching this video, bro, like, leave it in the comment if it's EOS or EAS, because I can't remember, bro. Like, all these damn acronyms, I'm telling you, the military, the Marine Corps definitely loves freaking acronyms, bro. Like, you can't even, like, jeez, man. Like, McMap, freaking, like, all types of shit. Like I just told you, the MOS went from, you know, ComCam, which is combat camera, to ComStrat, which is communication and strategy, or whatever. Like it's so many freaking acronyms. They just love shortening stuff or whatever. But anyways, you know, like I really wanted to try to like just keep the ball rolling when it came down to like my progression and stuff like that. But all that, you know, to say like it's possible. Me getting my degree, you know, I made sure that I got good grades. I, you know, graduated with a 3.225 or whatever. So I wanted to make sure that I had like a high enough GPA. So if I did decide to want to get my master's degree or whatever, it wouldn't be no issues for me to go back to Full Sail and go through master's degree program or whatever, and, you know, do what I needed to do. But, you know, I passed with flying colors. You know, I did, you know, my thing, but it wasn't easy, man, especially during the pandemic. A lot of people, if y'all deciding to get out or whatever, you know, luckily you won't have to deal with that, you know. But, you know, the GI Bill, it freaking saved my life, bro. Like, I swear it saved my life. So anybody that wants to go to school, if you're doing it, you know, like, take advantage of the GI Bill, bro, because like it's good. And if you have like the ability to, like, you know, stay with your parents, you know, unfortunately I didn't, because I wasn't able to get along with my mom's ex-husband. He was a dickhead. That'll be a story for another day or whatever. Like that man was a clown, bro. But I probably wasn't even home for like more than 2 weeks before I decided to just like, I was like, I'd rather be homeless, you know. And like that led to my problems with him and how he treated me or whatever led to my mother divorcing him or whatever, because he was just that much of a douche. But for the most part though, you know, like, you know, the GI Bill really helped me out when I ended up getting into school. But at the same time, like, that caused a lot of stress too. It caused a lot of stress because of the simple fact that, you know, again, they didn't give you a lot of money, and, you know, like, to accommodate for all of the things that you was going to. I think they was expecting you to be able to work on, like, on the side too. But, you know, like I said, I had ADHD. That wasn't really doable for me, and it was the pandemic. You know what I'm saying? So it just wasn't feasible. So it was just hard. It was definitely hard. But and then at the same time, like, when it came down to the end of, like, you know, school and stuff like that or whatever, you know, you start stressing, because like once you're done with school or whatever, the GI Bill stops. So then that grind to have to, like, find a job, that's another thing. You know what I'm saying? Like if you getting out, like, you gotta really know, like, hey, that job search thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, that is a bane of my existence, bro. Like, I'm gonna tell you right now, you know, like, it's not easy, bro. Like, you really take it seriously, like, in that transition course when you getting out of the military or whatever. I forgot what it's called. I think it's another acronym or whatever, but I'll probably try to figure it out. I still got the books and, like, the pamphlets and all that stuff that they gave me or whatever from that course. If I figure out what acronym it is for the course, I'll tell you guys in another video or whatever. But, like, definitely pay attention in that. Pay attention to that. When they start teaching you about, like, the resumes and you know, they set you up with LinkedIn and all that stuff or whatever, yo, pay attention. Really pay attention. Do everything, like, the right way. Try to set yourself up for success early or whatever, the right way, so that at least your process is a little bit easier when it comes down to your job search and stuff like that. I didn't pay no attention. Like, I was just so ready to just, like, get out of there and get out of the military and move on with my life, that I was just, like, trying to check the boxes, you know, when it came down to, you know, your checkout process. Like, pay attention, bro. Like, really do that process the correct way, because, like, it makes a world of a difference. in my opinion, for sure. It makes a world of a difference. So, but yeah, that job hunt, bro, like I'm gonna tell y'all right now, like it ain't for the weak. It ain't for the weak. Now, I will say this, you know, it's possible. It's possible to land, you know, a freaking awesome position, you know what I'm saying? Like straight out of school. Luckily, like I said, I had the experience. I did it, you know, for so long in the military or whatever, and I was really good at what I did or whatever. So I had the experience. I also had some work to show. So, you know, I had awards and all that stuff or whatever given to me for the work that I did. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I didn't have that problem of not having experience or whatever, but, you know, I don't know, man. The job market, like when it comes down to like the job search, bro, like I don't know what the hell these people be looking for. I really don't. Maybe I'm thinking, I don't know. Like maybe it's like one of those situations where you just, I don't know if you're overqualified or something and they don't want to pay you what, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I just know that when it came down to what I was looking for, you know, when I was getting done with school, bro, like I wasn't looking for much. Like I didn't care about like what I got paid. I just needed the money to keep going so that I could pay my bills. And I just kept on getting no's and no's and no's and no's and no after no after no after no after no, bro. Like, and it was just like what is it? I started to question myself. Like I started to question my worth because I'm just like, why is it that I was so valuable and so appreciated in the military? You know what I'm saying? But then when I come out, like these people don't even, like, they don't see that value. You know? I don't know what it could be. I don't know if it was because of, you know, me being like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to say that it's because I was black. I don't want to say that it was, you know, like, I don't know. It could have been me being overqualified. I don't freaking know. But for whatever reason, you know, I kept getting those emails saying that they decided to go forward without you, like without me. And again, I think that, you know, there's a contributing factor that, again, my resume probably wasn't the best. You know what I'm saying? I know damn well I did not put like my best foot forward when it came down to like, you know, presenting like my portfolio and stuff like that or whatever. So, you know, again, pay attention to that stuff. You know, I'm gonna be real with you. Like I didn't. And, you know, even when they taught us about it in school or whatever, like that was one of them subjects that I kind of just like brushed over or whatever. Cause it's like when you're in the military, you just kind of get used to being like placed in a position, put somewhere, stationed somewhere. You don't necessarily have to apply for nothing. You get told what to do. So that was something that I had to get used to. Like that was a mindset that I had to get used to, that I had to actually compete for something. You know what I'm saying? Like I had to actually market myself or whatever. So definitely try to get yourself into that mindset or whatever of like actually like marketing yourself and being one of them, like one of them ones, like presenting yourself as one of them ones. Okay? Because that'll make your experience a lot easier out here. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, at the end of the day, you know, again, God was on my side. After the million no's or whatever, I got the best yes of all time, bro. Like where I'm at right now, I'm literally at work. You know what I'm saying? I'm literally at work. I think I showed y'all a little bit of like, you know, my little setup here or whatever. But if I didn't, check it out. Like, this is my setup at work. And yeah, if you can't see right now, like that is a rifle scope and that is suppressors or moderators as they call them. I work in an air gun company or whatever, like we manufacture air guns and accessories for air guns and stuff like that. So these things are freaking awesome. They're freaking cool. This is like the coolest job that I could have ever freaking gotten. It's like cool as hell. And basically, you know, look at this computer though. Like, look at that computer though. Look at my beautiful girlfriend. And this is my co-workers. Everybody I work with, man, they are literally family to me, man. They, this, where is he at? Where is he at? There goes my boss right there. There goes my boss. And yeah, man, like, I don't know how many years ago that was, but, you know, basically what I do is I'm the creative director. I am a creative director for multiple companies under my boss's business portfolio. And bro, like, when I tell you, like, I'm gonna have to go through, like, another video for another time, but I'm gonna have to like tell y'all the story about how I ended up landing this job, you know what I'm saying? But and like how crazy it was. But when I tell you, like, what's like looking back at it, you know, looking back at all of these experiences and all of what I had to go through in order to just get here where I'm at. I've been in this job for 3 years now or whatever, and I love it still to this day. And I love the people that I work with still to this day, bro. Like, they've been tremendously, you know, like tremendously loving and accepting and embracing of me. And it's pretty much the same exact thing that I did in the military, except in the weapons industry. You know what I'm saying? So I landed into like the perfect environment, you know, to utilize the skill set that I had honed for all of these years, bro. So it's like I'm living proof that getting out of the military cannot, like, it doesn't have to be a nightmare. You know, I had been through some nightmarish moments. I've been through some nightmarish experiences, but shit, I've been through some nightmares in the freaking military. You know what I'm saying? Like, that, you know, I still lose sleep over. You know, I still, watch certain movies or whatever, and it brings tears to my eyes and all this different type of stuff or whatever. So it's just like, there's a lot that you deal with in the military anyways. So if you really wanted to get out and you really wanted to test your chances or whatever on the outside or whatever, I'm living proof that it's worth it, bro. Like I get to play with guns every day. You know what I'm saying? Like, literally, like, the same shit that I was doing in the military or whatever, like, as a combat graphics artist and photographer, like, anytime we was going someplace or doing exercises or attached to a unit or whatever, or attached to an infantry unit and shit like that or whatever, yo, these motherfuckers, they had to do all the hard work. We were there for just support. You know what I'm saying? So they setting stuff up or whatever, or, you know, they'll be like, hey, Comcam, you want to try? Because they like to be on the camera. You know what I'm saying? Like, they like to be on the camera or whatever. So they be like, yo, you want to try the 50 cal? You want to try, you know, the machine gun? You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to try the grenade launcher? And then you got, like, as the, you know, combat camera marine, you know what I'm saying? Like, we got to do all the fun shit without having to do the sucky shit. So, you know, it's the same vibe, you know, me being out of the military and me landing this job or whatever where I'm at. I'll probably give you guys like the information of like, you know, where, well, you probably seen it on some of the little products over here or whatever. Y'all probably seen it in the video or whatever, but, you know, I'm gonna give y'all the details of like where I work and what I do and what they do, you know, in another video. But, you know, me working, you know, me getting out of the military, going to school, and then landing this job, like, before I even graduated, you know what I'm saying? Like, all of these domino effects, when I look back at it, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm living proof that what's meant for you will come to you. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, believing in yourself is a real skill set. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really put forth the utmost effort into believing that I can do whatever I set my mind to, right? People said that I wasn't going to be able to pick up sergeant as fast as I did or whatever, like that I was going to get out as a Lance Corporal, that it's hard to freaking, you know, rank up in the Marine Corps and all this different type of stuff. And I seen plenty of evidence that was true. I seen so many of my peers that had came in before me and, you know, got out way before me, and, you know, they were getting out as Lance Corporals. And me, nah, I got in communication with all the right people, you know, that gave me all of the right gems on how I needed to conduct myself and what I needed to do in order to put myself on another bar, on another level in comparison to all the rest of my peers. And that's what I took that advice and I did it or whatever. And I freaking, I bet on myself and I got the results that I wanted to do. And I took that same energy and I was like, all right, I'm gonna do the same thing on the outside, right? And I did that. I got out. I never looked back. And this is the fruit of my labor. This is the result of that choice of believing that I can do it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm here as living proof for anybody that's in the military right now questioning whether or not, is it worth it for me to get out? Like, I'm scared. I don't want to have to go through, the possibility of being fired or having to look for a job or relying on, whatever the case may be. I've been through it. I thought those thoughts, bro. I thought those thoughts, but I'm living proof, living, breathing proof right now. I'm on this video based off of the freaking life that I created for myself outside of the military. I'm here to tell you right now, if you have the mental fortitude to grind and get it, you know what I'm saying? If you've done that in the military already and you got the mental fortitude to grind and get it, do it, bro, because you can really like soar like an eagle out here, bro. If you really put your best foot forward, you can soar like an eagle out here, especially if you got a support, like a good support unit, a good safety net with your family and all that different type of stuff. I'm gonna tell you right now, it's possible. It's possible. Do not be afraid. Like, I'll say be afraid because I was definitely scared throughout the whole process or whatever, but like, it's doable, bro. Like I said, I'm gonna have to go into details. Like, I'm gonna be doing, like, I promise y'all, I'm about to start uploading like daily vlogs just like this or whatever, just to kind of like guide people and show people like, a life outside of the military is definitely possible for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, take it from me, take it from Sergeant Hall. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's possible. It's possible to get out of the military. It's possible to go to school and, get good grades. It's possible to land a job before you even graduate from freaking college or whatever. It's possible to freaking, to exist outside of the military and live a pretty good life. You know what I'm saying? Since then, I met my girl. We accumulated a lot of freaking dope ass shit together. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm working in the most, like, in my opinion, like, I work the most interesting job, and it led me to, really loving what I do, to the point where I started my own business, doing what I do for freaking other small businesses just to help them in the same way that I'm helping this business. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a snowball effect. It's constantly a domino effect. And by the grace of God, I've been able to reflect on that and see how God has placed me in all of these positions. And, the universe has really shifted things and shifted the paradigms in order to just really, I'm telling you, put you on a track, bro. And you really have to have that positive mindset. You really have to have that go-getter mindset and really chase what you're looking for. You know what I'm saying? Because without that drive, the same drive that you have to be the best in the military, take that same drive and do that in the civilian sector. Because I promise you, if you have that same drive to become a sergeant, staff sergeant, or NCO, staff NCO, anybody who had it in them to make it to those ranks, I promise you, you're gonna do something. You're gonna do great. You're gonna do great. I know I probably went way over the time limit that I originally said that I wanted to, a lot or whatever. But this is passionate for me. Like, this is passion for me because
you know, everything that I have felt, the emotional roller coasters that I have been through over the last 5, 6 years, it's been a lot, man. It's been a lot. And I'm coming as that person that, you know, this is the video that I wish I would have saw, like when I was contemplating that decision to get out. Because I had so many hard nights, so many nights losing sleep, so many days crying to like not knowing what I'm gonna do, wondering whether or not, I was making a mistake. And right now, like, I'm so glad that I stuck with that decision. I'm so glad that I decided to get out of the military and bet on myself. So don't be like, I get it if you're scared. I get it if you don't know, what to do or whatever. But yo, I'm gonna be dedicated. I'm gonna dedicate myself to making sure everybody knows like the type of life that you can have outside of the military if you really want it. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? But anyways, I'm gonna leave this video right here. Big Sergeant, you know what I'm saying? Big Sergeant energy. I don't care, bro. Like, I'm out the military, like I'm out of the Marine Corps, but it's still Big Sergeant energy. Still Big Sergeant energy. And I'm gonna always deliver the Big Sergeant energy on these videos, bro, and show y'all how you can transition from out of the military and, freaking go to school, get your degree, freaking land a freaking dope job or whatever with dope people, doing the most fun things, that you could possibly ever do in your life. I got so many freaking crazy videos or whatever to share with you guys about like the things that I freaking did, the journeys, the freaking, experiences that I've had or whatever, the people that I've met, like it's so many things to share with you guys about my life outside of the military, and I can't wait to show it to you guys. I can't wait to let you guys experience like what it is to be out here on the outside and thriving. You know what I'm saying? I know there's so many horror stories about people saying like, there's so many people. I know you looking at this video right now and you're contemplating whether or not you want to get out of the military. I know you got like 1 million people, all of your higher ups telling you that'll be the worst mistake that you ever make in your life. I'm living proof that they can shut the fuck up, because it's not. You know what I'm saying? I promise you it's not the worst mistake that you'll ever make in your life unless you make it that. If you don't make it that, you'll be all right. I'm telling you. Like, I'm sitting here as the guy who literally, like, just because like I was in school bored during the pandemic or whatever, and I decided like, all right, I ain't got nothing else better to do. I'm just going to freaking get on Instagram and start creating art or whatever. And I freaking ran like off of a whim, you know what I'm saying? Off of a freaking whim, I freaking ran up a Instagram account from 0 to 30,000 or close to 30,000 or whatever within less than 6 months. Just because art. You know what I'm saying? So it's almost like I have the Midas touch. Ever since I got out of the military or whatever, it was just like everything I touched turned to gold. You know what I'm saying? So I'm one of them people. Like, I'm one of them people where I'm living proof that, yo, your life can really elevate and get better if you really put the best foot forward and do it, like do something that you love. You know what I'm saying? It's possible. It's possible. It's possible, Marine. It's possible. Anybody else? I got my love and my heart is in the Marine Corps or whatever, so I really be specifically talking to y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, the Marines, them devil dogs, I'm talking to y'all for real, because like y'all are in my heart. You know what I'm saying? So like, if you looking at this video, like, I'm telling you right now, you got this. You can do it. It's possible. Don't let nobody ever tell you that you can't do it and that you're going to regret making that decision. Because I can tell you right now, anybody that ever told me that, first of all, anybody that ever told me anything that I could not do, I proved them wrong. And I made sure that I did it in front of their face. Everybody that told me that I wasn't going to get out the military as a sergeant, I made sure that I did that in front of their face. Had them calling my unit complaining that I picked up sergeant before all of these Marines that they had waiting 2-3 years or whatever. And I had just rated a score. So I'm not that type of person that you could tell me what I can and can't do. You tell me I can't do something, that makes me want to do it even more. If you have that type of drive, you have that type of ambition in life, you are not going to fail by getting out of the military and betting on yourself. Right now, I have a business under my name that is successful. I have a job that I'm like a day job that I'm maintaining that I love, that's paying me very well. It's possible. It's possible. You can do it. I have a degree under my belt because of the decision to get out of the military. All of this is possible. Looking at me on paper, I'm the American freaking dream. It's possible. And I'm going to be making sure that I show you that every single day. Every single day. Every single day is possible, bro. And now I'm just on another journey. Now I'm on another journey just to again, like get on YouTube and show and do this, try this content creation stuff. You know what I'm saying? Try my hand in the content creation and really just thrive in that aspect. Like, why not? You know what I'm saying? Like, why not? Like, build a community, help promote my business, help promote the business that I work for. You know what I'm saying? Like, in any way that I possibly can, because like I'm telling you, bro, like I could not have landed into a better freaking work environment. This is the reason why I'm still here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to go nowhere. Like, I don't want to leave. Even if it got to the point, where I felt like I needed to like move somewhere else or something like that or whatever, like I would try my best to still stay associated with this company or whatever, because they are so good. They're so good people, like so many good people, here. They're tremendous. And I'm going to have to do another video, like a soul video, like on, who they are and what they do, because they are incredible people, incredible company, the concept behind it, and it's a special place in my heart for me because of what I see in the industry itself. Like, so many veterans, can, benefit off of what they provide to the world. So it's amazing, man. It's amazing. It's an amazing life. It's amazing. You can really do this. Do not be afraid. You know what I'm saying? And if you are, that's what I'm going to be here for, and I'm just going to show y'all every single day that it's possible, bro. It's freaking possible. If you like this video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss no freaking vlog that I freaking throw up, man, because, especially if you trying to figure out life, man, like hit the like, hit the subscribe, share the video to anybody that, you feel like this could help. And, let's become a family, bro. Join the join the Light Brand 22 fam, LB22. Check out my website or whatever if you're a small business, looking for, a creative agency that will help you grow and that will stick by your side. We doing some we're trying to compete with Shopify. Hey, what up? What's going on? This is actually my boss right here. I'm doing a video. Oh, yeah, I'm doing a video. Yeah, but we doing some good stuff or whatever. And it's a lot of stuff. So check that out. And we gonna just run up these numbers, man, together. And yeah, man, it's a journey. And we taking it up. We taking it to the moon. We taking it to the sky. We are really, it's a good life, man. Getting out of the military is definitely not the scariest thing that I've ever done. But, thinking about it before I decide, like, before I solidified on it, definitely was. It definitely was. It felt like it was going to be. But, like I said, I'm living proof that it's possible to really thrive out here. And I'll probably just I'll probably react to some videos of some people that I find on YouTube or whatever, where they are, prior service members and stuff like that. And so that I can show y'all like how other people are, succeeding out here. You know what I'm saying? Like I know, I used to watch this guy named, Nava. He's doing real estate, like he's selling, homes and stuff like that now or whatever. But I remember like back when I was in the Marine Corps, I used to watch his videos. And he used to do like fitness challenges and stuff like that. So I watched him transition from out of the military, and being very successful, like as a Marine or whatever, being a rock star as a Marine, and then transitioning out of the Marine Corps to then being successful in another space, completely opposite of like what he was doing or whatever. So he was like the first example for me that it was possible and that I could bet on myself and really do something, with my life or whatever that was not the military. So, I'm gonna definitely, react to videos like, of other service members that's out here killing it, and, and just see where, it goes from there, man. Because like at the end of the day, I know that the nerves get to you. I know that people telling you that you're gonna regret it gets to you or whatever. But again, there's people out here that are living, breathing proof that life on the other side is good, brother, or sister. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's good on the other side. You just gotta have faith and you gotta trust yourself. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, this video is way too long. I've been saying goodbye for like the last probably 20 minutes or something or whatever, but I'm very happy to be doing this video leading into, the holidays. This is Christmas Eve. So, I don't know if you guys are going to get this video today, but, if so, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's, and all that stuff or whatever, depending on when you see this video. All right. But anyways, it's your boy Markeith, Big Sergeant Energy, and I'll see you in the next video.